And now I guess that brings us to our final part of this video, which is what now? We've been on YouTube for 10 years.
We've essentially traveled almost full time for all of that time, right?
Yes. And now what's about to happen, Steve? No!
Whoa!
Guys, it is a celebration today because 10 years ago today, we sat down in front of a camera just like what we're doing right now, had no idea what we were doing, and clicked record. Hey, I'm Jess.
And I'm Steven. And for the last 7 years, we've been traveling the world. And it has now been 10 years of our life that we can look back on YouTube.
Crazy.
Oh, would it be still been?
Oh, we were 23.
We were 23.
We were 23, we sat in front of a camera, and what did we say?
So, here's our crazy idea. Starting tomorrow,
we are moving out of home and booking a one-way ticket to America.
there's the little stop animation.
Yeah, we thought it was so good.
It was so
that was our
artsy.
first ever video.
We'll do a little reminisce in this video.
And now here we are in present day, and that crazy idea has formed into, I feel like something that we never thought, like something that could actually happen, is that we've traveled for 10 years, seen so much, experienced so much, but I feel like there is so much that we even wanted to talk about and celebrate. So the first thing we need to get into is just the stats.
Yeah, let's just do some stats.
Steven's job was the stats. Tell me the stats.
Because it's just fun. Like, we honestly, first of all, we don't necessarily care about stats or overthink anything, but
we haven't really counted countries. Actually had to go and look at how many countries that we've been to.
Yeah, but see, this is the basis of looking
It's
back
fun.
in the last 10 years. Let's just go down some memory lane. So, we technically uploaded our first video on this channel on the 9th of February, 2015. So to give you guys an idea, in 2015, that exact same month that we uploaded, it was that whole blue and black dress and the gold white dress. That was the thing.
Oh, that was the meme of the
in
time.
February.
I like how you're doing it to what meme was
Just
big
to
at the time.
and Star Wars, The Return of Star Wars was the biggest movie of the year. So that was 10 years ago. Australia had only just got Netflix. So we didn't have Netflix up until that point.
So we didn't have Netflix when we first left.
Yeah, we wouldn't have had Netflix. TikTok wasn't invented yet. And I don't know, for other people, Bitcoin was $26. So if we just known about Bitcoin back then and just put all our money in.
That would be great.
Yeah. We ended up daily vlogging I'll put the exact date up here because we daily vlogged for
That's what I
3
thought. I was
years.
like,
Yeah, over
more.
700.
That's
so we
crazy.
filmed, edited, uploaded that night every day. And
Don't watch those videos.
yeah, no, do not watch those videos.
Yeah, I'm always thinking, should we get rid of them? And I'm like, no, that's
That's
where we started. And I remember the day we decided to change from doing daily to doing 3 a week was
the biggest deal.
the biggest deal ever, and we were like, oh my goodness, this is going to ruin our channel, but we just can't keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually worked better because then we actually started creating a bit more of quality content.
And then even in the pandemic, it was everyone went down to one video a week. And
I think that's when you can realize this is how you can sustain uploading.
yeah, definitely. We've done 1,312 videos, over 184 million views.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
On the channel. And our most popular video on YouTube, because we're just chatting about YouTube, we do the Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, but the most popular on YouTube was us trying Turkish food in Istanbul.
Is it?
Over 5 million views,
Oh,
which is
wow.
absolutely crazy.
How many people are following along now?
Yes, 1.25 million people. That's absolutely
That many people
crazy.
decided to click subscribe.
Some fun facts about the traveling side for you guys. We filmed 75 countries.
It's a lot of countries.
6 of 7 continents.
Saving Antarctica for when the kids are old enough, because
Yes.
I want to go there with them as well.
I feel like at this point now, we just got to wait until what?
Well, the kids have also been to every continent besides Antarctica. So I'm like, okay, we need to all do that last one together.
The polar plunge together as a family. Manifesting that for when
They're old enough.
Coa's got to be at least 10, I'm guessing.
I think so, yes, so that we can actually enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. Our most filmed country would be Australia, because of course we daily vlog so much, and then
Right.
we did the van trip.
Yes.
That's definitely our most filmed, even though people are probably obviously it's Japan. It's not Japan, it's Australia.
True.
You guys are probably wondering how many flights we've taken.
Oh, this
But-
is a good stat. So we never actually counted how many, from day one, we never counted how many flights we've been to, but we actually kept every single flight ticket.
We did.
I have a box full of flight tickets. But what we did do is when we had Hunter, Stephen downloaded an app. What's it called?
Flighty.
Flighty. And just because he has that app, we just happen to now have every single flight we've ever done with a kid.
Yeah.
So do you know how many flights that we have flown with a child. How many flights?
Okay.
It's a lot.
133
Flights?
Yeah. And remember, like, from 2020 to 2020, like, there's technically 2 years where we couldn't jump on a plane, right?
That's true. So that's a lot of flights. So that's how many flights we've done with kids.
Yeah.
Which adds up to how many hours on a plane.
So we...
Oh my gosh, right, it's not even just hours. Do you know how
days.
many? 26 days and 7 hours we have spent the last 5 years on a plane.
Absolutely.
With at least one child.
Been around the world 11.5 times and been to the moon 1.2 times.
That's a funny stat.
That is a fun stat.
Oh, it says here, we've done 59 domestic, 74 international, 41 long haul. Oh my gosh, this is like a cool app for all the stats, but that is a lot of traveling on a plane with a kid. They're good on planes because we've done so many flights with them.
Hey guys, I just wanted to chat with you really quickly. As you guys know, traveling the world is an adventure of a lifetime, but let's be honest, it isn't as picture perfect as it can look. From travel planning to long haul flights, time zone changes, and just the stress of making every moment count can be a little bit overwhelming. Even as full-time travelers, we've had moments of stress and anxiety, especially when juggling life on the road with a family. And that's why taking care of your mental health is very important. That's why we are so excited to team up with BetterHelp, today's paid partner. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that makes getting support easy and accessible. You can match with a therapist within a few days by filling out a super quick and easy form. All from the comfort of where you are, whether you're at home, waiting to catch a flight, or on holiday. And for all those dads out there, seeing a therapist is a sign of strength, not weakness. Plus, if you don't want to have a face-to-face or video call with someone, BetterHelp has the option where you can easily just message your therapist. And the best part of it all is if your therapist isn't the right match, it is so simple and free to easily switch to a new one. BetterHelp has over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on TrustHelp. BetterHelp is a platform that you can trust. So don't let anxiety rule your life. Use BetterHelp to take back control. Click the link in the description below or head to betterhelp.com/flyingnest to save 10% off your first month of therapy. Your next adventure should be as stress-free as possible. Thanks so much, guys. Let's head back to the vlog.
So quick fun things.
Okay.
That's what I'm calling it, quick fun things. Strangest food you've tried. A couple came to me.
Okay.
One was that weird warm egg vodka drink that we drank in Bhutan.
Oh, yes.
It is egg yolk, butter, and distilled water. Another
Disgusting.
one is when we had the hot pot in China and our mouth was not even just on fire, it ended up just numbing our entire mouth. It was that spicy.
Like, we're talking, you go to the dentist to get like a filling and you can't feel anything. That's how hot it was.
Oh, wow. It's like numbing my mouth.
Really? And another one is I'll never forget the day that we were in Japan with the tourism board and all day they fed us matcha. We had matcha for breakfast. For lunch, they're like, here's your pasta with matcha on top. Here's your pizza with matcha on top. They took us to a dessert house, had matcha. We, since that day, have never been able to eat matcha again.
It makes me gag.
Just the smell of it.
matcha. I can't. You have a good memory.
Another one is, what is our biggest travel mishap?
Biggest travel mishap. Okay, this one is kind of interesting. This is the one that came to mind. And also I saw we popped up on Instagram that a lot of you guys were asking questions because we asked if you guys had any questions. One of you guys were like, do you still enter travel competitions? Because in our first year, we entered a travel competition and we were thankful enough to win a $10,000 Flight Center voucher, right? Which kind of helped us keep going, which on paper sounds absolutely amazing, right? And I'm not taking away from it, but a Flight Center voucher for $10,000 is probably worth about 60% of that because they just take so much in commission and fees and all of that. They ended up booking a flight out of Costa Rica, but it wasn't.
Like San Juan, but it was San Juan, LA rather than San Juan, Costa Rica.
So essentially, we went to the airport and the guy was like, this is
You're at the wrong airport.
Wrong country. Wrong country. Luckily, it was their mishap. And if it was our mishap, we were so low on funds.
We wouldn't have been able to like leave the country.
We wouldn't be making this video. We would have had to use the last of our money to fly home, essentially. Thankfully, it was their fault.
And they fixed it up. I forgot
it up.
about that.
Yeah.
My biggest travel mishap, I thought, was when we left our Russia visas to such the last minute
Oh, yes.
that we had to send our passports to Sydney. We got the visa, but our flight to Russia was the next day. So Stephen, luckily we had points. He had to use our travel points to fly that same day from Perth to Sydney, but it's like a 5-hour flight. Go and pick up our passports, and then that same day jump on another flight and come all the way home with our passports.
There's more fun facts for that. So, yeah, what was it? Midnight I took the flight, arrived in Sydney at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Then walked down to the harbour and then walked to the passport office. It's that same day. That night we were flying. And I went to the guy, I was like, I've come to pick up our passport. He's like, I was legit about to put it in the post office
into like the post box
to you. And luckily I was there at 9 a.m. If I was any later,
it would have been in the mail and we wouldn't
would've-
have been able to go. I remember that was like...
Oh, that's a good one.
That was a good one. Another one is favourite country we keep returning to, which we're obviously going to have the same answer, is Japan. I think we've been to 8 times now, I think.
I think so.
Definitely became one of our favourite. And then what's the country that most surprised you?
Me?
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, there's so many. We're so thankful we get to travel so much. And you guys probably see we rarely talk negatively about travel because we're just so happy to be traveling. So on that basis, the one that surprised us the most, like really jumped above me, would be Romania.
Oh my gosh, that's what I
Oh,
have.
really?
Yes.
No way.
I think because I went there and I was like, didn't know what to expect at all. And it ended up being one of my favourite trips we've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, Romania.
Yeah.
All right, now I have a couple of top threes.
Wait. On that
Oh,
side.
yeah, sorry.
Oh, top 3 moments. Okay.
No,
okay.
I've got my top, unless you've got another question. See, we've got this video planned so well.
10 years of doing
So now
this
we've
and
got-
we still can't.
That's what I was actually going to say, is that I remember on our first ever video when we sat down, I felt so nervous talking to the camera. And it's funny how 10 years later and you still get those nerves.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're like sitting in the front of a camera and you don't want to stuff up what you're saying and trying to remember how it all goes. But
Or like if we haven't been filming for a while, like if we take like a 2 or 3 month break.
yeah, we've
and then
taken a break. We haven't filmed for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So I feel like this also feels a bit funky. All right, top 3 things. Is that what we're calling it?
Things?
Top 3 things.
Moments?
No, well, top 3 something. Because I've got a top 3 of things.
And
Top
there's
3
multiple
things.
top 3.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Top
Okay.
3 things.
Top 3 moments.
Okay.
Over the last 10 years. Travel related. We said none of these answers can be to do with babies or weddings or things like that because those are like a given.
That would just take up
Everything.
wedding.
Of course.
Hunter, Colbert,
Nothing's
done.
going to beat that.
Yeah.
But what's your top 3 moments?
Okay, my first one, I'm going to go back in time. Going to Japan for the very first time and it living up to the hype.
Yeah, we were so excited.
When
to
it
go.
was so high on the
And we
bucket
couldn't
list.
believe we were going because I feel like at the time it was so expensive and we got an opportunity to go on a group tour with Intrepid. I remember we were taking photos for the magazine and I was like, I cannot believe we're getting sent to Japan to take photos and we're finally there and every morning we ate Mr. Donut donuts and we thought it was so cool. Remember?
Yes. And we had
Like that was more cooler to us than sushi for some reason.
Yeah.
We were like, go to
we were
Mr.
like,
Donut.
would not experience travel.
Oh, I'm so
that
obsessed
way.
with that. Like, why weren't we going and getting like a Japanese breakfast? Like, we were eating
But
Mr.
that
Donut
sounds
donuts.
so
That's like
American
my
as well.
biggest memory is using the bidet, sleeping in a capsule hotel and eating Mr. Donut donuts.
And doing the go-karting around when you could
Yeah.
dress up in Mario
And
outfits.
we couldn't believe that we were actually doing that.
Yeah.
No, that's a good top moment.
Yeah.
My first one is, okay, so on our final day,
Oh, Bobby! I didn't realize we were going to be crying so soon into this video.
because this memory always makes me cry.
Okay.
Thinking back, so my first top moment is our final day. I always bring this moment up. It's our final day of our final year of flying the Nest. So we were sitting at the airport in South Africa and we were flying home. I know this moment is always such like a moment in my mind because we had no more money left. We traveled for a whole year and I felt like whenever I thought of coming to that moment, I was going to be excited to go home. But instead I was like so upset that the travel was finished. And that's when I realized, oh my goodness, I like wanted to travel as a job. Like, and I want to pursue this because I think YouTube, when we started YouTube, it was always your idea. And I was so nervous to do it. Like being up, talking to a camera, putting yourself online, even just like traveling full time. Like, I feel like I was the one that was pushing to live in Canada, where you were the one that was like, no, let's go travel more and experience more. And I think like after I pushed myself that whole year, that's when I realized, oh, I want to do this. And I think it always makes me emotional because I remember thinking, like just thinking it's the end or not knowing what's to come and just thinking of everything we achieved over the 9 years after that. But that's a big moment.
Because when we started YouTube, it wasn't for work or anything. It was
at the
just
time
to
as
try and travel for a year, I think.
Yeah, and I think at the time as well, you didn't realize you could really do it as a job. Anyway, bring up the second moment. Better be a happy one.
Tearjerker.
That needs to be a happy one.
My second moment would be as a family when we all hiked to Tiger's Nest in Bhutan.
Oh, yeah.
Because we are not overly fit people. So doing a 7 kilometer hike.
It was daunting
up
thinking of a hike and having the 2 kids with us.
Uh-huh.
I was nervous to do it.
And it was so good. Koa, I thankfully carried Koa up. Our guide carried
Helped
Hunter.
with Hunter, which was so nice.
Mm-hmm. And just being there and such a magical place was just... I just remember just standing there.
And I'd only had Koa via emergency C-section 2 months before.
Yeah, which is so impressive that
I did that. I know it's just in that time, and it was a place that we'd always wanted to go to. So no, we have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a good one.
That was a good moment.
My second one was seeing the pyramids.
The tissue?
No, but I did cry in the moment. It was seeing the pyramids in Egypt, because I think I always thought of, in primary school, that's when I learned about ancient Egypt and the pyramids, and I think it was amazing. And at the time, I never would have even thought, oh, you're going to go there one day.
Yeah.
I don't think that crossed my mind, thinking of travel. I didn't go onto a plane until I was 18. So travel was never a thing that I really thought about. So I couldn't believe that I was finally at a place that I think you learn about. I was like, wow.
And I feel Egypt is one of the first countries I feel you learn about. I don't know.
Yeah, ancient. It was just
Egypt,
exciting when you're younger. Wow, there were those mummies and
yeah.
pharaohs and all those things. And I think it was because we were at our hotel and we went onto the rooftop and we didn't realize that we were going to see them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think then when I saw it, it caught me off guard, and I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe we're at the pyramids. Yeah.
That's a good moment.
They're all going to be. That's a good moment.
That's a good moment.
Okay, what's your third?
My third would be it's a recent one, when I had Hunter on my back in Oman and we were swimming after the whale shark. It felt so special, and she could see it and be in that moment.
Yeah.
And it felt a very special family moment, because it was the combination of the travel with the family, and I've swum with whale sharks before, but that...
And experience it with such through the child's eyes as well. I think that was a good one. And our last good moment for me, you know what ended up being in there? It's a recent one. Was when we spent the night with the Maasai in Tanzania. Yeah. Because maybe that was one of my moments where I was like, I cannot believe we're doing this with our kids. Because I guess back in the day, I never would have thought that this is something you could do as a family. And where they're staying with the local tribe, they'd never have anyone stay there. So it didn't feel it wasn't this organized thing. They just emptied out one of their homes for us for the night and allowed us to stay, which is so beautiful. Brought us into their home.
Which is so opposite of our home, if you know.
Yeah, and just
do we need to go to the toilet? It's behind.
There was no toilet.
There was no toilet.
It's just you go in a bush, and just how they were singing and dancing, and just instantly they're they wanted us to wear their local dress and involved the kids, and then instantly seeing Hunter and Koa just going off and playing with these kids, and that made me, I guess, realize, especially now seeing Hunter where she's 4, Koa was now, walking and stuff at that point, and just seeing that they don't see any difference. Hunter just goes up and starts playing with them. Koa's just there hanging out, cheersing breakfast with the
local Maasai.
With the local Maasai. It was such a special, that was one of my most special experiences we've done so far as a family. It was a good moment. Okay. Done with the moments.
Okay.
Done with the crying.
Now I feel bad, because I was going to be what was your lowest moment? But
I don't want to. Well, you had the lowest moment. What was your lowest moment? Are we discussing low moments?
No, we don't have to.
I have a low moment.
Oh, do you? Oh.
What's your low moment?
I was just going to say, and people probably wouldn't even get that, but it was building Cooper the van. Was such a low moment. So we live about an hour to 2 hours from where the van was being built, and because I almost felt trapped, because there was no other options to build the van, and
we really wanted to build a van. But we had a little tiny baby, so I couldn't be coming with Hunter all the time.
Yeah.
With the noise and the dust and the smoke all
Not
the time.
good for a baby at all.
And we needed the help, so we had to build the van there, because we're not builders.
We're not builders, and...
Oh, I didn't know that was such a low point.
Yeah.
And then the reason is...
Well, yeah, so it was 4 hours of my day just driving there, and then going there, and I'm not handy, so it was attempting to build this with the help of the team there,
which we're so grateful for. But I think it was,
when
I
was away from Hunter. It took 4 months, and then even towards the end,
we kept having the delays.
But thankfully that moment, and of course this is going to probably spoil a future question, led to such an incredible trip, like the van life trip around it, but...
Yeah, it was like a hard time, but maybe we didn't convey it like that because maybe in the time we didn't realize.
Didn't realize
and then we
until
looked
we
back
on it.
and then he was like, oh wow, that was like a lot of time away when Hunter was so little.
Yeah.
And then we kept getting delays over the van. But then once the van trip happened, it actually is like one of the, you'll see later, it's actually one of my highlights of a trip that we did.
Yeah.
So it was worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're going to talk about low moments.
You don't have to talk about low moments, it's fine.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'll talk about it because I think it's something that's like important. Oh, I cry very easily. That is like one of my most annoyingest things about myself that I find annoying anyway, is that I cry easily. So it means that when I try and explain things, it makes me cry even if it's not like that emotional, but it is emotional, you know what I mean? But anyway, I think like one of the hardest things about putting yourself online, of course, is like, of course, the negativity that can come with it. Like there's so many positives, but I guess the one negativity is you're putting yourself online. Of course, you can get like people saying negative things about you or to you that you can read online, and it's easy for them because, you know, they're behind a computer and they might not in like real life would have come up and said these things to you, but it's so easy when it's on a computer. And it's one thing that I think makes me not get so upset about it is that it's never on our actual YouTube videos. Like the comments on our videos and on Instagram and all like the private messages we get are so nice, and we are so lucky. Like I always say to Stephen how beautiful our community is because our comment section on YouTube is rarely ever negative. I think that's quite rare on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of the times people do say that they do get a lot of like negativity on YouTube that they have to deal with, and that is one thing I'm so grateful for, is that you guys are just never negative and you're so positive, and I feel like you always understand our intentions, and that we always like the reason that we do these videos is to inspire people to travel or to inspire them to go to countries maybe they haven't thought about or experiences they haven't thought about. And then I guess it's having the kids, it's inspiring families to travel, and even just not even having to do overseas trips, but being like, oh, you know what, this weekend I'm gonna go out of my comfort zone, I'm gonna go camping with the kids and create some sort of memory like that, and inspiring you guys to do that. So I'll say the moment. So it was when I think because I wasn't used to getting all the negative comments, you know, so you didn't have like that barrier up, and it was right after I had Koa. Because I just had Koa and we were just about to go traveling again, and he was like maybe only 6 or 8 weeks old, but I was excited to go traveling again. Like I wasn't pushing myself to go. I was like, I was ready to go. I find like that time with your baby, it's really easy to travel. They sleep a lot, and like I was ready. Just before we were about to go fly overseas was when I stumbled upon like a forum of just so much negativity, and I think it was because I'd never found it before, that it was like pages of negativity that you're reading at once. So it was like, whoa, and I couldn't stop reading. It was the middle of the night and Stephen didn't know that I'd found it. And I think, so I was just so tired and like reading all these comments. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna look at it. But then of course the next day you look at it again. That's when I realized I can never look at this again, because it really showed that they didn't know us or know me, is because the comment was, did you see Jess in her Instagram stories today? Look how tired she is. She's clearly not coping having a second child and all these things. And then I was thinking, the reason I look so tired in the stories is because of your comments that I read. This is so embarrassing to put on the internet. Oh well. And then that's when I realized they clearly don't know me, because the reason I was looking so tired in the stories was because of them. And luckily I've never looked again. And I felt fine ever since, which was great, because I've never looked again, and our comment section's so nice. It's like this one little section on the internet of people being mean. But that's when I spoke through it to Stephen. And it was really nice because I spoke to it with other people that do travel YouTube videos and how they deal with it, which I think helped a lot as well. Anyway, I just want to say that if you ever feel nervous of putting yourself online for like the negativity, sometimes it's good just to step back and go, wow, but look at all the things that I've achieved from putting myself out there and putting yourself online, and all the amazing things that we have experienced and achieved and done, and the people we've met make it also worth it. And yeah, I've never read it again, which I think is good, because it's been 2 years since I've ever tried to look up anything online, which is really nice. But anyway.
Come on.
I just cry so easily, and I'm a very sensitive person, clearly. So I think another thing, if you do want to start YouTube, is maybe have a stronger shell than me, because
but
I'm very
still
sensitive.
Do it and have
I know. I'm just
shell.
very sensitive, and I just want to show you that it does affect people that are on the internet, but it's worth it.
It's
and
worth it.
everything that we've experienced is amazing. But anyway, shouldn't have done the worst
Sorry,
thing.
I'm so sorry.
But I
I'm
also,
sorry.
you know, another thing I'm so grateful about is that is the hardest thing. That no one's ever had a major injury.
Yep.
We've had food poisoning twice. We've lost our luggage once.
Yeah.
One time we broke a hard drive. That was really sad.
Yeah,
And we
maybe.
lost some footage.
We've
like,
missed
we-
a couple of flights, but
But that's the worst that's happened to us. And I just feel so grateful of, I don't know, just how lucky we are. Mm-hmm. Because we have, you know, you do put yourself into tricky situations. Like, I get nervous going in helicopters or snorkeling or scuba diving and thinking, what if something's going to happen? You know, it's just, you just
and that's now like
automatically
multiplied
think
more
like
because
that.
you've got like kids.
Yeah,
Got
and you're
us.
just worried that things are going to happen. But I'm just so grateful that everything, and like our kids are just so healthy and happy. And yeah, so anyway, let's get to something a bit more fun.
Okay.
We need to talk about, you know what we need to talk about? Yeah, our 3 favourite videos.
Okay.
For over the 10 years, your 3 favourite videos. You say your 3 first?
Okay.
Okay, and then
Good,
I'll
yeah.
share my 3.
Okay.
What's your favourite videos?
So when you gave me this question,
Okay.
because Jess was amazing and organised this video, I came at it like 2 different aspects, and I'm going to go for the different aspect because I already know you're going to go on the family memories aspect.
You'll see. You don't know.
Okay. I'm going to go on the pure filmmaking.
Oh, okay,
like,
I would
side of it.
definitely not go with that. Stephen's
Yeah.
definitely the filmmaker of the family, and I'm just here for the ride. Literally, I always say that. All right, okay, go.
Okay, so like for me, my discussions on the 3 favorite videos, I mean, because we have our moments, one from before, that's why I decided to go this side, because of course I can pick 3 favorite videos based on just the pure enjoyment, but I think Jess is going to cover that side, so I'm going to do it from the filmmaking, the storytelling, all that stuff, the technical side.
Like these are the 3 videos. If you wanted someone to watch 3 videos on our channel,
Yeah.
these are the 3 you'd want them to watch.
What do you think
Is
my
that what I'm
first
getting?
one's going to be?
I
have no
actually
idea.
have no idea because one of my bad things is I can barely ever, I just can't watch myself. So I never watch back the videos. So I can't remember them.
Okay, Galactic Star Cruiser is the first one. We're going to be sleeping overnight aboard the Galactic Star Cruiser.
When Stephen told me that he wanted to stay at this Star Wars hotel,
Mm-hmm.
it's $5,000 to stay there for 2 nights. You can't actually stay there anymore. And I think it was because it was so expensive, no one was booking it,
Yeah.
just saying. Anyway, Stephen is like so into that. It's like everything that Steve loves. He loves Disney, he loves Star Wars, he loves a good theme. It had Disneyland involved. He loves that stuff. Anyway, so Stephen goes, I really want to stay at this hotel. It's $5,000. And I said, Steve, that is so much money.
It was too much
We
money.
can stay there, and only if you think we could make the money back on revenue. And that means that we would have to have got a lot of views, okay?
Yeah.
And Steve was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, right, we're not going to get good views. It has over 1 million views. And you make, like, basically that, like, equaled out the revenue. I think we've made $5,000 on AdSense on that 1 million views. So it actually worked out. And it ended up being the most viewed Star Wars cruiser video, did it? Besides, like...
I think so.
Like, that
besides,
does, like, a travel aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than, like, maybe a kid channel or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I think,
I
like,
don't know.
Ryan's Toys reviews went there, got, like,
I'm
30
still
million
thinking,
views or
yes.
something like that. It was a fun video. Yeah, good experience.
Okay,
as
so
well. I really
that's...
loved it.
Okay. Next.
Okay, number 2, Living with the Masai vlog. What was that?
I should watch that video then.
It's cool. I picked like a Lord of the Rings song in there. One person
Did you?
pointed it out.
Oh, cool.
Thanks, fellow nerd.
What's your last one?
The Narrow Boat with Cleo.
Oh, I love that
Yeah,
series.
that was really fun. I enjoyed that. That was
Oh, that narrow boat was so tricky to film. And thank God we had Cleo there. Otherwise, I don't think we could have done it because doing the barges, whatever they were called, one person had to be driving the boat. We both sucked at driving the boat. So luckily we had Cleo and you had to go in and then do the pedal things and the water go in and out. But it was worth
And
it. And so
technically,
cool.
a film crew. You forget like
And then
that.
we're trying to film it. So he's like, got the tripod out. And then Cleo's like, are we ready to go through? And then we go through. And then we do the things.
And then you're
he's
running,
like,
you're putting like a tripod on, and then as it's going, you have to like run and grab it back. There's a
and then
GoPro
Steve is like
on
running
like, the
along.
thing.
Oh yeah, and you're like running along the side.
There's a drone in the air, unmanned. It's just sitting there, just zzz, so you could get that angle.
And the looks we got from all the oldies living in their narrow boats being like, get off our canal or whatever it's called. This is what makes filming the video so fun though. Because in the end, we're just like laughing about it at the end of the day.
And honestly, like the biggest thing about running a YouTube channel, like for the memories, is that it makes us go do more things. Like there's
This
so many
is so
times when
true.
like, you guys know, if you've been traveling and you do like a big trip, there's so many times when you just want to like rot in the hotel
Yeah, you're like,
room.
you know what? I just want a day where I'm just going to like lie in my bed and rot. and just scroll on TikTok and eat a pizza. But we're like, you know what? We're here only for a few days and we want to make the most exciting video we can. Let's just go out. And I'm like, I'm so glad we did that. Anyway, you ready for my 3 videos? Okay. First, no, I had a couple of different vibes. Okay, my
Was
first...
Nasa in there? Because you choked on that.
No, I didn't. I don't know why I choked. Okay, my first favorite video is the Cappadocia hot air balloon video. But that's because... Wait, how do you not...
I had bonus ones.
Oh, yeah, but no, wait.
Okay.
Okay, wait. But the reason that was one of my favorite videos we've ever filmed, it was the first video where I ever filmed where I felt like I felt confident on camera. That is kind of crazy though, because we filmed that maybe 3.5 years or something into doing Fly in the Nest. Like I felt
4.5 years. That's a 2019 video.
Okay, that's how long it took me to feel like comfortable on camera. Like I've just found talking to the camera and putting myself on camera to be so scary, and it was so hard just to be completely yourself. Like I'm sure everyone knows the feeling of when you put on a camera and you suddenly tense up and you feel like you're putting on a voice and you can't talk properly. And I remember that series being one of the first series where I was like, I don't feel so worried about what people are thinking while I'm walking around with this camera. And just that video in particular, I remember feeling really confident and comfortable on camera, which feels really good.
I put that as a bonus.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, I feel like you're...
Because we won the travel award for that video.
Oh, yeah, fun. That's cool. Oh, that would have been another moment in our all moments was when we got our 1,000 subscriber play button.
Oh, the 100,000 one?
No, the 1,000,000.
Oh, the million, yes.
Yeah,
that was a good
and
moment.
it happened during COVID and we had Hunter and we were at home. We're just watching the things click to 1,000,000. Yeah. That was good. So yeah, Cappadocia. Another one. Okay, another one of my favorite videos. This is kind of bundled up into a few. Is all the videos of me finding out I'm pregnant and having the baby. And I think it's because if we didn't have YouTube, I never would have filmed that. Mm-hmm. And having those moments now to look back on is so special because those times can be such a blur. Mm-hmm. Like giving birth and even finding out you're pregnant, there's like so much going on. So I'm so glad I captured all that. And I think
that moment to add to it, this sounds like crazy to say that, but I'm so glad we filmed, vlogged our wedding day.
True.
Like amazing. The people who filmed our wedding,
like that full wedding
that
video,
6-minute trailer. It's it's amazing. So glad we had that, but it's like it doesn't. It's like
you don't get the
feelings and things. You don't, it's us waking up in the morning. Your dad's cooking breakfast for us.
Yeah.
Like Ashley, my best man, is just chilling there. Like we see that. You could look back and
we
it's
have
a moment
the
we
day.
could relive.
And we didn't vlog going down the aisle or anything, but it was all those moments in between everything.
Yeah. And even the
that's true.
The birth,
I was like, I'm not too sure if I even want to film this. Steve was like, you just film it. I'll put a video together, and if you don't want to post it, you don't have to. And I remember looking it back and oh, this is really powerful. And if someone's nervous to give birth, this could help them because that's what I did. I went onto YouTube and I watched birth videos. Because I feel like it was a way to watch a birth video that wasn't so oh my gosh, this is birth. It was because it doesn't show that on YouTube, but it was just gives you that confidence or just seeing what other people have gone through with birth. So I think that was powerful.
I never want to take away from the mother because it's all about the mother on that day. But for any dads out there or potential dads, I have the biggest fear of blood, and if someone's like, "What's your horror movie?" It's a surgery room, right?
That's your scariest. thing.
That's the scariest thing. But having a job to do,
Steven's no matter what, I want to capture this.
There was this time with I won't go into any details with Hunter's birth, and I had to sit down because I'm gone. I'm about to pass out.
Just to show.
Literally, I was standing here with the camera, and then I sat down, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm like, nope, I need to do this for Jess and the memories, and just stood back up.
Obsessed with capturing memories.
Yeah, because we can look back practically any day.
Yeah.
Of the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's very special. Yeah, so that's my other one, and then my last favorite video is
Christmas.
The wisdom tooth video.
Can we not draw attention to that?
Back in the day when we were filming every day, the videos that we say you shouldn't go watch, this is the one I think you should go watch. We filmed ourselves removing our wisdom teeth.
Great quality.
And I don't even want to say what happens, just watch it. It's so funny. And if you go watch it, comment on it. Because it'll come up on our feed and I can see who's
but
gone
if they
back and
comment
watched
on it, the algorithm will recommend it to more people, which I do not want.
It's so funny. Just watch it. It's like epitome of young Stephen and Jess.
Yeah.
Before kids, before responsibilities. We were at home a lot. It was a funny video. 3 favorite destinations / trips. Okay. So let's say these quick.
Okay.
So do you want me to say mine first?
Yep.
Okay, my favorite Top 3 is the lap of Australia. So doing that
Because we got to
entire
spend
lap.
so much uninterrupted time as a family.
Yeah. And I was like, we got to spend every single day with Hunter, both of us, which is very special. Number 2 is any of our Japan videos. I just love going to Japan, filming Japan, all our Japan content. Love them. And our last one actually is any of our Disney cruises.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I freaking love a Disney cruise. And we never did one until we had kids because we knew that would even be more special. And I just love them so much. And we feel so grateful because we've even been like sent on a few, like we went on Disney Australia when they came to Australia. And like, I could not believe, even just thinking 10 years ago, going, you are going to work with Disney cruises and go on an Australian cruise.
Yeah.
With Disney. Like, that's crazy. But I just love a Disney cruise. They're my favorite
It's so hard
thing
to like, if you don't like Disney, you will never enjoy it. But like, if you enjoy it a little bit.
and enjoy watching your kid just having the best trip of their whole life.
Yeah. The squeals.
Of like
me and
like,
Jess
I
are
just
just
love
like
it.
big smiles. Like when Hunter goes to meet a princess, she's very like,
She just acts like a princess.
like her photos
It's
are like
so
this.
cute.
It's so cute. And then she just like squeals.
Like
excited
just so
as a
excited of everything. Like I just love a Disney cruise. So those are my favorite things we do. Anyway, yeah. If you're wondering why we go to Disney so much, it's Steve. He loves
What
it.
was your number 3 favorite
Yeah, I
destination
know.
trips?
Go.
Thank you very much. So Van Life Australia. Second, the Italy trip, the Nonna trip.
Oh, the Nonna trip. Oh,
Yeah.
you know, because that was our first big trips
what I
since
said,
COVID.
Because we were so desperate to go traveling.
That we were
and-
like lapping it all up. Like,
Lapping
this
it
is
up.
just amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember like just sitting on the ground, like having ice cream. You just got like that little hat for Hunter.
Yep.
That was so good. That was a good trip. Good times. And she had a second birthday.
Yep.
Good times.
And then what was your third?
The Cook Islands.
Oh, I love
Yes.
the Cook Islands.
It's the epitome of what our family loves to do on, if you want to call it vacation.
Like, we feel like
right?
we're on vacation when we're filming that. So we went over to Cook Islands with the tourism board. They were like, we'd love to showcase like what it's like as a family going to the Cook Islands. And it was incredible. And again, another pinch me moment. Like, we are here in the Cook Islands getting to share this amazing place with you all. And it was amazing. Yeah, you're right. What are the places I would love to do more of? It's a question I have later, which is, what's on your bucket list?
Like the
but yeah,
islands.
all those islands, like even like the French Polynesian islands and all that is so on the list because we went to Cook Islands. I just love it. And our last of the 3 things
Oh, yeah.
is your 3 biggest accomplishments.
Hitting 1 million subscribers. We're definitely not people that care about stats in the sense of like we're obsessing over it. If you know what I mean, like, oh, I can't believe like this video got this.
I feel like the way we see it a lot of the times is that we're like, let's not worry about how many views the videos get. We're just worrying about, can we sustain travel with our family? Is it still bringing us amazing opportunities? And it really shows, you know, you don't need a lot of views to be able to work in this realm. Like, I feel like if you just have a strong community and you love what you do and you're passionate about it, you can do it as a job. Seriously.
It was just such a like pinch me moment. Like, wow.
And I think starting it, you're looking at all these people that have 1 million subscribers being like, how could you even get to that point?
Yeah.
Like, we used to do live streams and get excited when we hit like 20,000 subscribers.
Oh, yeah, I remember those live
Yeah.
streams back in the day. Yeah, that was good. You can go.
Okay, my first biggest achievement is simply being able to pick up a camera and talk to it and put myself online.
Yeah, especially after this video.
I know, because I
did
cried a lot. Sorry, guys.
Mine.
I'm not delving into that again. I'll cry.
No, we don't have to. We'll move on. Becoming published authors.
Yes.
Yes, that was very cool. If you guys didn't know, we have not 1, but 2 children's books.
Our Home on Wheels and Hunter on Holidays.
And it just ties into just the ethos of everything with this channel, which is essentially like, if you guys wanted to know, we are just filming family moments while we go traveling. Well, I suppose it started with just me and Jess, and those both books are based on real life experiences and they're little picture books.
Our first one is all about our van life around Australia. And then our second one, it's basically about a little girl who's going on the plane for the first time, dreaming about all the things that she wants to do when she finally gets to Europe.
Yeah.
And it's about all different European countries and the things she wants to do when she goes. And that book is special as well if you have it, because on the last page there's an Easter egg about Koa in it, which is
Yes.
cool. I didn't put that on there because I thought you were going to.
Oh, okay, yep.
So my second one is taking the step of becoming a mum and traveling with kids.
I thought we weren't doing the mum wedding thing.
It was more like being able to take the step of becoming a mum and traveling with kids and showing the world other cultures and how much it's benefited them and how much it's benefited me as a mum. Like, there's a lot that goes into that, and it's just, I feel like I'm a better mum because I've I've had to get out of my comfort zone so much, traveling as a family, and I feel like that is a huge accomplishment. I know I snuck one in. I'm sorry.
Good sneak.
But that is just such a huge accomplishment to me. And even just becoming a mum. And I'm sure you feel the same about becoming a dad.
100%. Becoming a dad is like the best thing in the world.
Best thing I've ever done. And just traveling with them. And I feel like it's also just like made travel so much more special because you're seeing it not only through our eyes, but their eyes, especially if we go to a place we've been before. I feel like back in the day, I never would have thought I would redo so many countries. But I'm like, I want them to experience it too.
Oh, and it's like 10 times better.
Yeah.
Oh, like little thing. Technically, I started my own school.
Oh, yes,
with my little
this
academy.
is true.
That was an accomplishment. Over 1,000 students have come through the school. So we have a little academy, teach you guys to video edit, how to like travel for work.
How to travel with kids.
How to travel with kids. So that felt pretty good because that is so much extra effort, right?
So much work.
So much work.
So much of me watching and playing with the kids or he's locked up in a room.
Yeah, no. That when it is filming course time, I appreciate it.
And I'm
so
like
much.
just on mum duty and you're on edit duty.
And film duty.
I'm very proud of
It's
you.
the only time as an adult that I have Red Bull.
Yeah, it's the only time he ever has Red Bull.
Because I'm like, I booked
hear
this
the
Airbnb
click
for 3 days.
to film it.
And that's it. I've got 3 days to film. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a pretty cool accomplishment.
And my last accomplishment is the expedition.
Oh, good one. Yeah, I had that, but I thought you were going to do it.
Really?
I have some stats on that, not to interrupt, but continue.
Yeah, you get the stats. So basically, if you don't know what it is that actually, before we even did it, we absolutely fell in love with group travel. So it was in our first year of Flying the Nest. One of our first companies we actually ever worked with was Intrepid. They didn't even pay us. What they did was they were like, you go on a trip and we can get photos out of it. And I was like, this is the best deal ever. They took us to Alaska, South America, Japan, Southeast Asia. It was absolutely incredible. And that's when we fell in love with traveling with other people. And we realized we weren't that solo backpacker people. Like we love traveling with other people, meeting new people. And then I remember one day we were sitting in Peru and we said...
In the Amazon,
it was like 2018 something. And we were like, imagine if
my foot was tanned.
Oh yeah, do we have video of that?
Yeah, we do.
I had like a tan... This is off topic again. This is why this video is so long. I had a spray tan... I had a spray tan bottle that exploded in my oversized backpack. Do you remember how big those backpacks were?
We're not backpackers.
It exploded, saturated one of Steven's socks. He wore the sock, and then for the entire time in Peru, it looked like he had dipped his foot in rust. His foot was orange. But anyway, while we sat there with his rusty foot, we chatted about, imagine if we could do a group tour with people who watch us and we can meet these people, because I'm like, there's people that watch us and I'm like, I'd love to have more of a connection. Because I'm like, clearly they love travel like us. We need to do group tours with them. And then in 2019, we started our first Flying the Nest expedition and we went to Vietnam. And then that is when we were like, this is the best thing ever. This is just something that I want to do every single year. And then COVID hit. And then we couldn't do it. And then tell us the stats. How many countries do you have all that?
Yeah.
Like the countries we've been to.
So, after this year...
Because we've already got some sold out this year. So once this year is done, how many countries would we have been to on the expeditions?
So we would have done 16 expeditions.
16 expeditions. Holy moly.
Yeah. Across 11 countries. And almost so close, like 300 people.
With some of those 300 being return customers. Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But like I was saying, like we haven't met 300 people.
Yeah.
But there are some return, but that is crazy. We have traveled technically with over almost 300 people on expeditions around the world. They are my favorite thing we've ever done when it comes to travel. Created travel. And I'm really excited because at the end of this year, we're doing our first ever family expedition where we're going to be traveling with families, which we've never done before. We are very excited for that. And we're hoping from that sparks a whole new side of the expeditions. But yeah, that's my third one. And that's the end of 3 things. And now I guess that brings us to our final part of this video, which is what now? We've been on YouTube for 10 years.
We've essentially traveled almost full time for all of that time, right?
Yes. And now what's about to happen, Steve? We're going to keep going. No, don't worry. We are still going to be filming, uploading a video every single Sunday. We're still going to keep traveling. Just things are going to be a little bit different.
So, I mean, yeah, as you guys know, like our family's growing and like kids are getting older. And when we travel, sometimes we can travel for like 8 to 9 months straight. Which if you've been on like a holiday for 2 weeks, a lot of time after those 2 weeks, you're ready to go home, right?
You're like, wow, I'm tired.
We do it for 8 or 9 months straight, I think, last time.
And we've been doing that for 10 years now. And I feel like that's
Which we love, by the way, but
you can tell it's time for a change and a shift.
Yeah.
And I think that's happened ever since Hunter's now become of school age.
Yeah.
So here in Australia, she's just now become the age where she'll be going to school full time. Like she's meant to be going to school full time this year. And I feel like it's come at the perfect time. Like we've been doing 10 years of travel now, basically full time. And so now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be traveling for 6 months of the year. And then the other 6 months we're going to be at home. But we're not traveling for 6 months straight. So we're basically going to be traveling, come home, travel, the way Hunter says it. Travel, home, travel, home, travel, home. So that's how we're going to be doing it. And if you're wondering where the kids are, Hunter has actually started full-time school. So she here in Australia, it's term 1, and she is now at school, pre-primary, doing term 1, and 2 days a week. Koa is going to like a little kind of preschool where he's doing like little toddler things. It is so cute, which means we are, for the first time in 5 years now since having kids, we have every Monday is Stephen and Jess Day, which is really cool.
Which should be not working day.
I know,
but what is today and what are we doing?
I know, today is a Monday. We aren't meant to be filming, but we thought, you know what, let's get this done while the kids aren't here. But every other Monday, we go out for brekkie, just the two of us. We go like, you know, I might get my nails done or Stephen gets a massage, and we just chill and hang out without the kiddos, which I feel like is so needed and something that we never get. So that's lovely. But yeah, which means though that we are still going to be traveling. We're home now for another month, I think. And then we head off again for a couple of months. So you're going to be seeing a lot of travel content. Of course, it's more just we plan it out to make sure that we have the videos coming out every Sunday. And then we also break it up with some time at home. And which means that Hunter will be doing 6 months of distance education, which means I'll be spending a lot of more time doing schooling with her while we're on the road, which I can share that as we go along as well. I would love this year to, I feel like some of my goals this year is I'd love to share a little bit more of the behind the scenes. I feel like sometimes we can, when the camera's off, But I'd love to just, maybe because we're not going to be filming so much, because it's not like 9 months straight of filming, I want to share a bit more. So I can share a bit more of that things with you and like how it is doing like distance education with the kids away. So I'm going to be focusing on that. And another thing is, because we're going to be home, is that we're thinking of filming just a couple of home videos while we're home, because we do love having those memories. And it just reminds me of back in COVID times when we were filming home videos. And actually those are some of the videos that I love going back and watching, mainly because Hunter is also really little, so it's fun to watch. That time's becoming such a blur because you're so tired, and I'm having those home videos. So let us know if you don't mind. We'll vibe it out, film a couple of home videos as well as some travel videos, and let us know what you think of those. Anything you want to add?
Thanks so much, guys. We wouldn't be literally sitting down with these balloons for 10 years if it wasn't for you guys. Like, I would love to know, when did you guys start watching? Like, what was the point? Because we really appreciate it. Honestly, you guys make us live our dream every single day. And I know that just sounds so cheesy to say.
But it's true. It's like
so
we get
true.
to do travel as a job, which I never thought we'd be able to do. Work with such amazing companies. Like, there's so many things that we get to do behind the scenes too.
Yeah.
Like videos that we're making for other people and photos we take and all that stuff. And
But mostly, I
getting
think,
to spend
I was about to say
every day with our kids.
Yeah, I don't have to like go to like
an office,
which is the biggest appreciation. I can be here with the kids. Like, we need to go pick up Hunter in like 15 minutes.
And get to go take her to swimming lessons.
Yeah.
So cute. But yeah.
Thanks so much, guys, for everything over the last 10 years, and hopefully
10 more years.
10 more years.
We're not planning on stopping. All right.
Thanks so much, guys.
Bye.
See you next time.